going. All right. We're just loading this up. We'll be on in a second. All right. Hey, everybody. George and Ken here from the good Lord. Channel Strong Tour 2.0. We're bringing two friends back from the original Channel Strong Tour back in August. We have our friends from Liongard, Addison, and Sara. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Great.
You can see we've updated the dates here on the tour.
I love it. I love it.
All good. Been right. So we're in October now. We're getting close to December or November and December, right? November because obviously there's a. This has been the longest March ever. Yeah, well that's true. 2020, right? We just have to erase it out of the history book. Not all of it. Well, except for the tour. Yeah, we're going to talk about the tour. We don't want to erase that. Exactly. So guys, I think August till now, right? It's a few months has gone by. We'd love to hear number one how the both of you are doing. How are things at Liongard, and generally, what's the vibe out there, right? What are you hearing? What are you feeling?
I mean, well, I'm doing great. I have to say the RV trip was the highlight of my very long spring break in summer. So Addison, how about you?
I'm also doing so well. I'm dealing with a lot of jealousy right now that I'm not on tour number 2, but I'll be on tour number 3, right?
Right, exactly.
Yes. Save me a seat too.
Tour number 3.
Maybe Canada will be open by then. Who knows? I want to go. They're not going to be open. We got that down pat. It's definitely not going to be open, but we got to work on the rest of the United States. Yeah, hey, it is a big, people forget there's over 200 Class C cities, right, and above. So you're talking about cities with over 50,000 people. So it's a big country. I think so. God bless the United States of America. It's an open country. I love that things are open. Right. So both of you are based out of Texas, right?
Yeah. Right. Both in Houston.
All right. So Texas has been on the forefront of the openness for quite some time. How's things at Liongard? How has the year been progressing since you guys got back to the office or working from home?
Yeah, we have been working from home since March. So what is that? 7 months now?
Yeah.
Seems like 3 years ago.
Yes, and that is going to, at the moment, continue. We're thinking about maybe some hybrid workspace options. As things are reopening in Houston, maybe some people can, if they want to, go into a space. But right now, I think it's looking like we're going to stay at home for the next few months too. So it's good though. We're a very remote team. Before working from home, we had a lot of people. We had someone in Brazil at one point, a lot of folks in Tampa. And what else was I going to say? We always have our videos on before the pandemic too. And so we're all about connectivity before that. So it's been sad not seeing everybody, but I think we've dealt with the transition pretty well.
Video on, are you literally in an 8-hour Zoom all day long with your team, or?
Hey, I wish that was my idea at the beginning of this. No, I mean, the people who are partner facing, like myself as an account manager, I have my video on in video calls back to back most of the day. So that's my life.
What about you, Sara? What's up?
Yeah, no, not only have I been here for 7 months in my home, but so have my children. And one's still here. But yeah, no, things are actually going really well. I think we have transitioned, I guess beyond what I could even expect. I mean, who knew where we were going to be 7 months ago, and here we are. I think the biggest thing that that has come out of it is we really do stay connected, and that's really part of our culture. I always bug Addison. I'm like, man, I miss those ice trips. Or in fact, we just had lunch. What was it, 2 weeks ago? So I think it is important that we're still staying connected, and that we've always done these Zoom calls. And then even with our partners and prospects, we just try to stay out in front of them, stay up to date on what their needs are, and then try to help them through this time, because every week it seems to be changing. There's something new, and people are trying to find out best practices to handle whichever situations come their way. And there are many states that are doing really well, and others that are having challenges. And so how do we help MSPs get over these challenges?
So let's actually talk about that. Like, think about the last, let's just call it September and October, right? Because we're kind of in the middle there. We're not quite to the end of October. What's the vibe now different than what it was back in the summertime, right? Like, at this point, everybody's figured out their situation largely based on the current pandemic, right? Right. Everybody's had to figure out what business is out there, what business is going away. Like, obviously we're going into the winter time, right? And trying to close out the year. Are you hearing the same stuff as you were back in the summertime? Is it different now? And if so, how? What are you hearing from the MSPs?
Well, Addison, I know you work with a lot of partners. So from the partners' perspective, what are you hearing?
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like the first couple months of the pandemic, we had two boats of MSPs that I really saw people falling into. Either one, people who were reacting, and understandably so, but trying to say, hey, we need to, cut down on things. We need to slow down because we're seeing something big coming that's not going to slow down. And we want to be proactive about that. And so there was a lot of conversations at the beginning of the pandemic saying, hey, let's talk about how, a tool like Liongard can be helpful through this time still, or let's talk about how, we don't know what this is going to turn into. And so maybe we don't want to react so, quickly, although understandable, versus people who were more like, okay, we're going to take this time when things maybe have slowed down a little bit for us. Although for a lot of MSPs, there was an initial hump of like, we need to get everybody prepared to work from home. Some people, it seemed to slow down, and they were like, okay, we're going to really invest internally. And so those people almost reached out to us sometimes. Hey, let's, talk about how we can, better leverage some of our tools like Liongard, for example. Whereas now, so it was like kind of polar opposites up front. Now I feel like since everybody has a little more perspective and has been through that initial hump where they had to react and kind of pick a side, I think we're having a lot more real conversations where people are either like, hey, I don't have a business anymore. So I can't pay for this. And that's, really challenging as a partner to hear. Or people who, I think in general, just things had slowed down. And so it's just more, it's either that or just more of an even keel, like right in the middle. People are like, okay, we do want to take more advantage of tools we're using. We're not really on the side of we need to spend all our time on it or, get rid of everything. We're just going to keep writing, try and get back to normal. So I feel like it is slightly different right now than at the beginning.
I was gonna roll back even further. I mean, you guys were on the road with us. You saw how happy people were when we got out there, right? They were just genuinely happy to see human beings that they weren't going to see. Especially in the places where you guys had partners, right? Addison, you had people like come running out and got all excited because they hadn't seen you in however long, right? Sara, same, right? We bumped into people from that standpoint, and we're seeing it now just the same, right? We're in a different part of the country, maybe a part of the country that doesn't get as much love when it comes to shows. So we think that was something good. You don't see too many shows opening up in Cleveland and Columbus and places like that, but they're very vibrant cities. There's a lot going on. A lot of people, are out. We have a lot of MSPs in these areas. So all of that stuff was really, really good. But for Liongard, what have you heard about? When do you guys think you're going to start to poke your head out a little bit? I know, and I can tell you guys, PAX 8 is one of those that's not looking to rush into anything. As we've gotten larger, we've had to, be a little bit smarter about how we step out without being, you want to be responsible, right? Especially when you have a lot of employees. What's Liongard looking at? Where have they even talked about, second quarter, third quarter, when they believe that travel will start back up for the larger companies?
Yeah, I think, I think everybody is ready to get out there, right? And definitely by the looks of the traffic here in Houston, they are out, people are out. So to me, it seems like business as usual. And I think as long as, people tend to follow the guidelines and we don't have, massive outbreaks or upticks in cases, and it does seem to that the health providers are managing things better. The death rate is definitely lower. I think when we have trends like that, then and people get more comfortable about being out, then I think you'll see the vendors and the organizations and the events start to come back to life. I know it's something we really desperately want to get in front of, because we are the vendor that likes to bring the beach balls, and we like to engage with our customers. We want our customers to have t-shirts and all these fun things that we love to do with our prospects and partners, and that's really important to our culture. So yeah, it's definitely top of mind. I think the more that we trend in the right direction, then the faster we'll be able to get out in front of people.
So generally speaking, let's try this. Do you, like, I know Liongard, just because I know a lot of people at Liongard, and obviously the guys, who are in leadership positions. I know you guys were very flexible with a lot of your partners who are in a bind, right? Earlier on in the pandemic, right? So people came to you and said, hey, I'm in a financial crunch. Can you help me out? Help was given, right? It wasn't fake help like elsewhere, wherever that may be. But are you starting to see the arrows pointing in the other direction? Have those people now come back? Are you starting to see new, people now doing more? Because generally speaking, from your seat, if you start seeing their software utilization go up, their customers go up, their devices go up, generally they're doing more work, right? So are you starting to see that trend now, or is it still flat?
I'd say same as always. On that front, software tools I think are so easy to forget about, because once you implement them, it's like, well, I did my work, just gonna wipe my hands off and let it work. And with a tool like Liongard that is working more or less in the background, it's you don't have to trigger our inspectors to run every day. They do it through automation. Even more so easy to just leave it on the back burner. So that's always a challenge, with any software product. That initial, behavioral change or adoption is something we have to work through. And I don't think that's really changed. So more, as always, we're just trying to kind of set up, whether that's recurring meetings with our partners, or just consistently working out to say, hey, have you used Liongard recently? Have you used Liongard this week? Because if the answer is we haven't, or I don't know, we're always like, hey, you're paying for this thing. How can we make sure that there's some success here? Not that we know that this isn't your main priority. Customers come first, but this can be really valuable in that journey. So I think same as normal there. That's something software companies I think are always going to have to work through.
I do think that there are companies who are looking for specific solutions to whatever challenges they have or pain points. They end up finding out about Liongard through a webinar. We've recently done some Microsoft 365 webinars, and those people that have come through the webinars they're able to take that information and they want to learn more. And I think we have seen quite a bit of an uptick on that, of people wanting to find out, okay, well, how does that actually work? What does that look like? I want more information. So from that perspective, I would definitely say we've had an uptick in interest, especially when it's something very, it is very specific to one thing, but then we're able to translate that into other other things through the demo. So we actually perform like a live demo, and they're able to ask questions and be interactive. And I think having that kind of format leads to more interest, and especially if you've got a topic that touches on a specific pain point that they're challenged with. And a big thing that we just came through with a survey was around standardizing. A lot of MSPs, now that they have to basically get back to the basics, right? They have this time, so that is something that they want to conquer. Is like, okay, now how do we standardize all of our processes? Here's the time to do it, because when things open back up, guys, it's going to be like crazy. I mean, there's be people flying everywhere, going to football games. I know I'm excited to get back to that. Oh wait, did y'all watch the games last night? I didn't even know there were 2 football games last night. I mean,
We were talking about that. George and I went to Pittsburgh to watch the Eagles and Steelers play at the stadium.
Oh my goodness. We have some competitive fantasy football leagues going on at Liongard. And just to plug, Sarah, am I playing your team this week, or yeah, I'm playing your team this week.
Are you playing me? I'm so bad.
Just saying, I'm in second place. What?
Okay, did I go down? Because I seriously need to check it. Yeah, no, I mean, I think people are itching. We all have pandemic fever right now, and I mean, we're just ready to get out.
It's fun. Don't remember Paul Redding from Compliance Group. Apparently Paul likes to walk through new towns that he hasn't been to before.
Always has.
And apparently one of the places that he loves to stop in is toy stores for some reason.
Son.
Right.
Local toy stores?
He rolls into the toy store. He came back. He's like, is it too soon for the board game pandemic?
I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah. So we were like, I think it's
we don't want to play it. We're already living that game. We don't want to play it.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Which is funny, because one of the things that we were talking about this entire time and still continue to do so is we ate really well. We're eating good now, but we also ate really well on the last tour. Did you have a favorite food truck, food vendor, food anything?
Oh, yes.
Early in the game. Usually it's at the last few minutes.
Oh, no, gotta ask now.
Oh, who was that? It was that stop we had in San Antonio, wasn't it? Was it San Antonio? The burger.
That was West Selma.
Yeah, there was a burgers.
Truck, right? Yeah.
That I actually took a picture because I just thought it was so good. But no, the people were wonderful. That was actually one of my favorite stops because it had been so hot and humid in Houston, and Addison was like, girl, you're gonna be so hot, it's gonna be crazy, you don't understand what we went through. And I'm like, oh, I can handle it, and anyway, so we get to San Antonio, and what happens? This beautiful cloud just comes sits on top of us. And we had this nice breeze. But yeah,
right, Addison. It was Kansas City that Addison say that. Not Texas, not Arizona, Kansas City.
That was intense.
I heard.
Kansas City has a lot of humidity, Kat.
I did not realize that we had to go swim in our own soup, per se.
Paul?
Just gross, yeah.
He actually, what is that called? Wringing out? He actually rubbed sweat out of his shirt. Ew.
The cool cloths could have come helpful at that point. Huh?
Yeah, we should have probably had the cool cloths ready for that one.
How's the weather where you guys are at? Where are y'all?
So we are actually in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's like 50-ish degrees.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it's nice. We're not getting rained on. Yesterday we got rained on, sprinkled like spit, really. Mist. It was like mist, and that mist was just going it was pouring before that, but we ended up playing with wet bean bags for the cornhole, and the boards were soaked, and but that doesn't stop us, right?
Rain or shine.
But did you win cornhole?
Well, we upgraded the cornhole game. Ken had to get custom built cornhole boards.
That's right, Channel Strong boards.
No. Whoa.
You'll see them. We do have a picture of them on one of the socials, but I gotta do a props picture to my buddy who makes them and just spin it around and show his logo on one side.
I still would really have loved to see you try and check those into the airline.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna have to sign them.
Sign.
Oh, we haven't thought about that. No, I think pretty
Oh,
sure people can
right.
take it back to his place.
Nope, but I'll leave with you.
Oh.
You need a set of cornhole boards. I got a set. See, surprise. That's what I was doing.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. I'm sure the wife will love more stuff in
Now
the
you
garage.
got you got your tailgate parties at the house, so now you have cornhole boards.
Well, you know, I still want to have the tailgating parties at the stadium.
True,
Okay.
but you can bring those. I mean, the tailgate parties could be as big as you want.
Well, we're just gonna have to make sure that they're available for the next round.
Just gotta watch out because Sarah's got the ultimate tailgating because of LSU.
Oh, that's true. LSU.
That's what Brett Mesh was like. What? LSU.
Let's just hope.
So World Series is coming to Arlington, just north of us, and that's where Eric is. Actually, I just thought of that. But we have some of our team members going tonight.
We do.
The World Series game.
It's gonna be in Arlington.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
We were just there. We remember when we went to the
It's because
stadium?
it's because Texas is 50% capacity.
Right.
So Jerry's World that has 107,000 at capacity has like 55,000 people.
But that's not where the baseball game.
No, but it's right next door. The complex is literally all in one place.
Yeah.
We didn't go. We didn't tour that place.
We didn't go. We saw it, but we
We
didn't go.
saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We
Sarah-
toured Jerry World, right?
I was there.
Sarah and I saw it at this pace. Hold on, get there.
Yeah,
Dude had a full-on suit.
yeah. The
Right,
the Uber-
Sarah?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes.
He had
He
a
sure
full
did.
mask and all. And he's like driving like this.
Yes. Yes. Full PPE. Yes.
we'll make
Thank
sure.
God Sarah saw the entrance because we would have, if we had to go around a second time, it would have been over. The tour would have been over.
Wow. Yeah, we got. I'm happy we got to tour Jerry World.
Me too.
I
I left
think-
a little something for him.
I was gonna say we left some gifts.
Yeah, we left some parting gifts.
Yeah.
Right, Sarah? I took care of the star for him, right?
That was actually that was amazing. I'm so excited. I got to check that off my list of things I wanted to do.
Me
Wow,
too. I literally have what I did on a list.
We aim to please.
I need to discolor the star. Let's say it that way.
On film.
Oh my goodness. So are y'all hitting any other major cities or I guess
So yeah, so this tour, was the last time we had 3 weeks, 15 cities. This time we have 2 weeks, 10 cities, one per day.
Wow.
We decided to consolidate our route a bit so that we weren't driving 10 and 12 and 14 hours between cities. I'm sure Addison would have preferred that, but she hung in there. Although for all the people,
Addison.
she slept like a
She
rock.
slept right through. We had to wake her up.
These guys left me on the RV first night. I don't know everybody. I'm getting to know these guys.
He came back to get you.
You know how I was woken up? Nobody tried to hide that I was forgotten. Paul comes in, he goes, Addison, we forgot you.
I mean, you were really quiet.
Yeah.
And you were sleeping.
I sleep through anything.
I mean, you're perfect for RV tours.
Right. I'm also a night owl.
This is true.
What?
She's a night owl.
Night
I-
out.
what
Yeah.
what happened to our driver? Is he okay?
Oh yeah, he's here.
Oh good. Okay.
Yeah,
That's it.
Good.
Alive and well, doing great.
Same driver.
Oh yeah.
He's done some pretty spectacular moves on this trip too.
Yeah, he's
He actually did go through the drive-through of a chick.
not through a Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons. He went through the drive-through. Oh yeah.
Not.
We have photographic evidence.
He literally, I think he heard us say it so much that now he's finally just decided, all right, hold my beer.
Watch me work.
Watch me
Oh, yeah.
wiggle with it. That's so funny.
Let's
Well,
just say we didn't want any of us driving this thing.
You're in week 2 right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So we have today, tomorrow, or like basically every day till Friday. Friday's the last one. We're in Pittsburgh today.
Yeah, Columbus,
tomorrow,
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, and then Lexington, Kentucky. Yeah.
Ah.
oh nice.
All right in a line.
Are y'all hearing anything different are people more excited, less excited now that we're doing this because it's round 2, or it's been longer, or what?
There's definitely more people out. Like double the amount of people, but still safe amounts of people.
Right.
We have limits at every stop, of course.
We have vendors trying to sneak onto the days every now and again. They'll pop their name into the registration. And we're like, George is like, no. You know, the vendors pay for this, so it's about the MSP. It's not about someone trying to sneak in and sell the MSPs anything. I think most of them, when they get there, realize, oh, this really is for us. Like, no one's pitching them, right? You guys know.
There's no stage. There's no
sales
microphone.
pitch, no one's talking. Here's your beer. Here's your drink. Here's your whatever. Here's your food.
Yeah.
Let's talk about whatever you want to. Let's play some cornhole. Just don't play Ken.
Yeah, Ken's just trying to, Ken's been bitten a little bit by training people on the cornhole, and then they come back to beat him. Yeah.
That was only once.
It's gonna be me.
But my partner wasn't very good.
That's not right. That's not right.
Don't tell George.
I will say this. In this part of the world, right? We started in Nashville, St. Louis, Indianapolis, Chicago again, but in the suburbs. And then we went to Lansing, Michigan, right?
Yep, East Lansing.
And then obviously continuing into Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Columbus, Cincinnati. Like that circle right there of what we call Middle America.
Right.
Number one, before we get into any sort of real thought, I didn't realize how many abandoned cars are in this part.
Oh Lord. We saw more abandoned cars on the side of the road. And I'm not talking about just your everyday, oh, they must have broke down. Literally, right next to an airport we're driving, 2 cars, newer cars, smashed into each other, right? No, we didn't see it. We just see 2 cars all dented up and banged up sitting on the side of the road. Nobody's there. I'm like, did they just decide to walk to the airport and say, I'm done, I'm out, that's it, I'm all done, let's go to the airport together? Because where I'm from, you got to stay with your car until the police show up, until everybody show tow trucks, and they get that out of there. Apparently, the tow trucks don't do anything here. There's just no, I don't even get it. Not old cars either, not all beaters. They're just broken down on the side of the road. Me and George are like, there's one. It was insane. Still insane.
I think we counted up to 38.
But we also noticed that there's construction on every single road.
highway.
So I'm guessing every one of them goes like this, whoop, into a pothole, and they're like, oh crap, I'm all done. Other than the accident.
Which was abandoned on the side of the road.
Hey, listen, I got a 2017 Beamer. Got to get another one. It's been a couple years.
I wonder how the insurance works. I think they need to take the car back at some point, yeah?
It's not like the old days where you can pop the VIN off and just walk away.
Oh, yeah? Okay. All right. But anyway, back to this part of the world. Yeah, so generally speaking, everyone that we've talked to so far seems pretty positive.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with the fact that we call this a positive vibe store. Like, for real, they seem pretty positive. Nobody seems very, gray about the future, right?
True.
Which is good. The other thing that we're starting to see is a lot of the MSPs that are coming out bringing a lot of their team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before maybe like one person, now like you get the group. So that's kind of cool. The other reality is that everyone, definitely seems to be a little bit more vocal about the fact that they want out of the house.
Yeah.
Right? Like any opportunity these guys can get to have any sort of get together, they're in.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday was pretty they were like, okay, where are we going now?
Yeah.
Like they wanted to do more. And we stayed. So yes, we do 2 hours, right? Yesterday we stayed for 3. And by the way, this was in the pouring rain in the dark, but we were like, everybody wants to stay. So we kept going. We were talking, we were playing games. Then it's 7 o'clock and we're like, and then one of the people, she was like, we're going someplace else because I just don't want to go home right now. It was just that funny. Like they're just to be out with other people, enjoying themselves. That was it. It's crazy.
Yeah, good times. We have an interesting mix of people on the bus. Although we really do miss you too, I will tell you that. Yeah, everyone, like I love when newcomers come on the RV and you're kind of like, all right, here are the rules of the road. It's good, right? Because now some people are used to it, some people aren't.
Well, Addison has made it so that we don't leave people on the RV.
This is true. There's a check-in system now.
Addison changed all that, right?
Right.
I mean, Slade's still leaving people behind, so that's not going to change. But
Yeah. This time it was a lot more
everybody,
than just you, Ken.
the whole bus except for one person, drive off. And none of us had our phones on us. So he's driving down the highway. Yeah. I mean, I'm like, I've done this before, but I have a burger in front of me. I'm going to say you guys be fine. I'm just like, because it couldn't be any worse than what I had to deal with.
What happened?
No, we were at a stop. We went in to grab whatever food. It was like, what was it? No, what was it?
Rallies.
No, it was a burger place.
It was Rallies, the burger place. Yeah.
Whatever. So we go into the restaurant, like this gas station / fast food / whatever. And well, there was Subway. I'm surprised you didn't get Subway.
Okay.
But where's the Rallies at? I thought that was regional, like a specific. Where were you at? Because I haven't had a Rallies burger in a long time.
It was here. I don't remember where. You should know this by now. I don't remember where the hell we are ever.
Anyway, we're ordering food. We're the first two people in line. Like we're sitting there waiting.
Wait. But Paul and Clay already got their food and put it on the bus. So that's another thing. So their food's on the bus. And then they do something in the convenience store while me and him are ordering. One of the kids comes in and says, "Hey, Clay, Slade's gone. He drove up." I'm like, shut up. Go back outside. And then Paul comes around the corner. No, it's true. He's like, I was standing right there, and I'm like trying to wave him down, and he just drove off with the
That's
step.
a good Paul impression. No.
Yeah. And then well, no, he goes, never mind, I can't say it on here. Bleep, no. And anyways, so they took off, and then they come in and they're both whining, and I'm just like,
and we both looked at each other. We're like,
guess
well,
what?
I'm hungry. Yeah.
They'll find him. My phone's on the bus. George's phone's on the bus. The only person that had a phone was a kid who didn't know Slade's number, and then he called Sade, who was on the bus, but she didn't have Slade's number. So George had to walk her through opening his phone on the bus. But by this time, he's driving down the highway. And I'm just like, and I literally said to them, like, guys, I said, you guys should probably order just another sandwich because by the time he gets back, it's going to be cold. You know, Paul, stubborn. Nope. By the time we get back on the bus, they're like, oh, hey, hold on a second. Oh, we're doing a live video right now. But nice car. Anywhere.
Pick a spot.
Anywhere. Yeah.
I was about to say, that sounds like some car or motorcycle.
We actually have a bunch of pretty cool rides on this trip. Actually, Pete from Equilibrium is brought this Nissan GTR.
Right. 700 horsepower.
Race car.
Letting people drive it around the parking lot.
Yeah, he wrapped it like Channel Strong logos. He just drives it around the parking lot. It's kind of cool, as long as you don't break it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so eventually he did circle back around. We finished our food at that point.
Yeah, and then we get on the bus, and what's the first thing Paul says? This
My
food's
fault.
cold.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah.
Food's cold. No kidding.
So no me, no Sarah, no Eric, no Matt Lee. Is that right? But everybody else is there.
That's right.
Amy, Taylor, no Amy. Okay.
Amy has her cybersecurity summit this week.
Yeah, Cronus is doing their thing, so we figured she wasn't going to be available.
Yeah.
Turned out
Still
to be-
sponsoring, still doing, roadie level. Not bandmate, with a band.
We're still giving out the swag. It's all good.
A little bit.
With a band.
It's all good. So yeah, it's been fun. I mean, the good part is that our drive times between cities are max 4 hours or so, right?
That's not bad.
Less, so that's been super manageable because last time was I had no problem. You didn't have a problem? Please.
My only problem was when I did get left behind, I was standing in the pouring rain with no phone, no wallet, nothing.
Other than his shorts and his
Shorts and a t-shirt, standing in the middle of a highway.
Hey, what was that movie we were watching that one night where we were laughing so hard? I've been trying to remember because I was. Which one?
Just Friends, Ryan Reynolds.
Just Friends? Oh, I was thinking it was something else.
He was really fat, and then he got skinny and famous, and he came back to his old town. Crashed. That's not it.
I was thinking it was a police movie.
Oh, Training Day?
Training Day. We weren't laughing.
No, it was a comedy. But
Oh, you ain't got nothing on me.
I don't know. Maybe it was Just Friends.
Just Friends is like one of the best. That's
Patterson's favorite.
classic. Already didn't see it, but when he went home to tell his wife about it, she did.
Oh yeah.
It was definitely a really great time. I
it really
so
wasn't-
enjoyed the laughs and everybody telling stories.
It really wasn't She's the Man. Was it?
Oh, it wasn't the old movie She's the Man that Taylor wanted
Ooh.
to watch.
No, it was gosh, I am just so bad with names. I'll think about it and I'll tell you later.
By the way, she's the movie girl and she's struggling.
Wait a minute. We did watch John Q that one night.
That's not funny either.
No, it was the movie before John Q. What was that movie?
We watched before John Q.
Because I'm like, y'all go from like a really great funny movie to like a very like not funny movie.
When we went to lunch and he got stuck on the phone, you were the one, me and you had a whole conversation about movies. And I'm like, okay, she knows the movies. And then she's like, what's that movie?
No, I just can't remember the. Gosh, you see all the gray hair now.
When I was at home after
Pandemic.
I was flipping through the channels and I watched Stripes the first time. That was a Ken Patterson recommendation.
That's a whole world recommendation. I mean, it's Stripes.
Okay. I hadn't even heard of that movie.
Stripes. Bill Murray. Addison's like, no. Watch it, Addison. You might still like it.
I'm Googling it.
Older than you.
You know,
but-
I just watched Moneyball last night, and it was so cool.
Movie.
Moneyball, it's Brad Pitt,
Oh,
a
Moneyball.
bear.
Yeah.
right?
Shit.
about-
Where are we going?
Yeah, no, Moneyball was good. It's a feel good,
Yeah.
but I mean it's a true story.
True story. He was
Right.
supposed
Well,
to
I
be the Red Sox.
You had to
The
check.
Red Sox got all his numbers, though. They ended up using the same system.
Yeah, that sucks.
They got the 3 World Series with it.
Yeah, bastard.
I thought it was so interesting because the guys who were arguing against using analytics for sports, what they were saying is now a punchline. You know, like to jokes about why you would not use analytics in anything really.
Anything. Yeah.
The problem is over analytics now, right? It's weird. It's resulting in weird decision making on the field.
Yeah.
Right. In-game analytics, right? Where they're like, football, should we go for 2 or just score the field goal? See that happen to me?
That's what makes Bill Belichick so good. Just
Bill
uses
Belichick.
analytics. He uses his brain.
Oh,
to
but
get-
now
he's a military
but now
officer.
Tom Brady's on fire. So
What's
who
that
was
do
it?
with
Was it
anything?
Brady or Belichick?
Oh God, we don't have a long enough show for that.
Oh God. Well, we'll see.
Somebody tried to creep in on our show.
Well, that's okay. We'll see if your Tom Brady Buccaneers jersey ever shows up.
Yeah, right. Another conversation for another day.
I can't
Let's talk Addison and Sara.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, Ken, did you watch that movie, The Gentleman? Did you like it?
The gentleman.
It's with
Oh, I didn't watch the whole thing. I know you saw. Yeah, it's got a whole bunch of people in it, and what's
Matthew McConaughey.
isn't Thor in that too?
it's based in the UK.
Yeah.
Talking about Hemsworth.
Hemsworth was in it too. No?
I think it may have been.
There was a lot of people in it. I remember, but I didn't see it all.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's good.
yeah.
I
It was
liked it.
good. That's like my new thing, my go-to. I'm just kind of at late at night.
Late at night.
So,
Just friends.
question for you guys: what is the most pandemic thing you've done through this pandemic? And I'll tell you, mine is literally happened this morning. I just brought home a kitten.
Kitten?
A kitten.
You have a kitten?
That's a small cat.
All right.
I don't understand why that's a pandemic thing.
Well, like a reaction to the loneliness, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, it is actually. Pandemic has seen more dogs and cats.
That's right. I eat more.
Hopefully when the people go back on the road, they don't just leave them there all by themselves.
I would hope so. What's the most pandemic thing
I'm
I've
trying
done?
to think of one. We just talked about one last night.
I
but
mean,
it was a
we did
football
socially.
reference.
We went to a socially distanced football game. Does that count?
Well, that's pretty pandemic. We had to get a hot dog with every beer we
So,
bought.
you know, like some other Northeast states, if you buy beer, you have to buy a meal.
Oh,
And a
yeah.
meal consists of chips or wings or pretzels.
It's got to be a plastic wrapped hot dog, which was gross.
So now the shtick is, oh yeah, here's your beer. Oh, and you need one of these too, and they just give you a hot dog.
Not what you didn't have to do that with the big.
Oh no,
roll-up,
no,
did you?
they just gave you the hot dog.
That was the free one.
You don't buy like it's not a for sale hot dog. It's an included hot dog.
Dogs included.
Grossness is included.
Yeah,
It's bad.
Just to be fair, there was trash cans filled with hot dogs in it. Nobody ate those hot dogs.
But there was no one in our section really. We were pretty separated.
Yeah, there's like 15 seats between you and the next group of people, so that was kind of interesting. That was the first game. That was the first professional sporting game Pennsylvania had. So we were driving a U-Haul, to the first stop to meet up with the bus. And figured we just stop by.
Pit stop. Go to a football game.
Yeah, why not?
Are you?
People around you. Oh, touchdown!
Like you have all the pacing. You have all the pacing room you want. You can be as loud.
Oh yeah, he gets up and he paces like 17 seats that way, and then comes back to me. And if it's a good thing, he comes back over and goes, "Ah!" He slams you, and I'm just sitting there like, "Yeah, okay, all right."
I mean, hey, at least now we have tons of leg room. You don't have to sit on the corner or the aisle seat. You got lots of room.
Kick me out of the aisle.
That's right. They don't want you on the aisle. They want the aisles open.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Yeah.
But it was good to watch a game.
So they only had like 4,700 people in the entire building. Stadium holds like 75,000.
Holy guacamole!
Yeah, so it's pretty open. It's not like Jerry World where that
No,
50,000.
50%, right?
Although if you watched the game last night, I'm not sure how many of those people stayed.
He just took a shot at Dallas.
Just saying. NFC least.
Oh, yeah, that's worst division in the history of divisions, or worst.
Hey man, 6-1 might win the division.
I got a question for you guys. Okay, I know you only have a few days left. What city are you looking forward to the most?
Ooh, tough.
And do you have an extracurricular activity that you're going to do? Like, is there a place you're going to see? Is there a a stop that you want to look at?
We don't typically plan out the extracurricular because we don't have any clue what's going to happen with the bus and what we're doing. And this trip was painful for the first 3 days.
Yes.
So we're kind of like, if we find something great, we're going to do it. What we have left, I would say, I want to just say, I have two that for two different reasons. Columbus, I heard, was very clean and very up and coming town, and a lot of blue collar, kind of like where we come from. So
I heard Lexington's really pretty.
Lexington, my second one, I worked in Lexington 10 years ago, maybe, or 8 years ago. I used to have to fly down there 4 times a year for a prison that we did IT work for. And they actually wrote me into the contract so I would be there. So I had to go down there 4 times a year, and it was beautiful. College town,
but with a prison.
With a big prison now. When I started, there was a small one. Now they have a big, giant prison, yeah. And they moved all the inmates out of the downtown area, out of this little teeny shack of a prison, into this big, beautiful, got funding, the whole works. Which was good for us.
A big upgraded prison.
Yes. Anyways, the whole entire town is Kentucky Wildcats. There is nothing else. So that funds everything. That's why they have all the restaurants. I met one of the nicest bartenders in the history of me going around to these places. Super nice girl. She was from New Jersey and she went to UK. Think about that for a second from a language perspective.
Listen.
And check it out. Her dad made her take vocal lessons. So I was like, this girl is not.
Is she a cheerleader? Because they have the #1 cheer squad in the country, or they did it.
She was just a student, but
Just a student. Okay.
They made her dad didn't want her having a Jersey, Kentucky drawl weird thing going there, so he made her take vocal lessons.
Well, the best thing that she could have done was left New Jersey. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, I think I just saw that their team, because they're part of the SEC. Didn't they just beat somebody last weekend?
I'm not up on the college ball. I'm in pro sports. We're upstairs a little bit, but hey, if that's your jam, all good.
I'm gonna step in here a little bit and say pro is starting to come down a little bit. College is
I don't think so.
We'll
Pro said we're playing no matter what, and all these leagues had to convince them their way into playing. Come on now.
The Patriots played last week with no practice.
Practice? You want to talk about practice? Not the game.
I knew
not
it was
the
coming.
game.
Knew it was coming.
Jesus.
Set you up.
The other thing.
He played
You either do it or you don't.
Yeah, the other thing that really gets underneath my skin is
we'll be here all day for this conversation.
no, everywhere we go, these people think they can just put something on the menu called a Philly cheesesteak.
Oh Lord! Hey, listen. Here's the best. You know how Addison, you know how he is about the Philly cheesesteak? Go check it out. We went to a Mexican place. They had a Philly cheesesteak bowl. Anyways, what was that?
I don't know, but I wasn't touching that.
So he had to work. He was on the bus. We all went and got the food. And I took a picture of the menu. So I had his bag in one hand. And I go, here, this is what I got you. Is that all right? You saw his face. He was like,
He's like, I'm not eating.
I said, send that back. I'm not
here
touching
you
it.
go. It's chicken. Relax.
Yeah.
Actually, on the subject of Mexican food, my favorite was not a vendor. They were good, but that tapas place we went in Denver.
Oh,
Remember?
Denver. Yeah, that's that place.
Oh, the one on the
Yeah.
corner across the street
Yeah, you
from the
walk down-
stadium.
yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
That was
that
pretty
place
good.
was good.
Oh, and we got dessert, Ken. Remember? It was all good.
What are you talking about? We're online. Don't tell everybody I got dessert. Addison, you would have loved the dessert last night. It was one of those little pans, and in the pan was a cookie, like crispy cooked chocolate chip cookie, and then vanilla ice cream on top of it, and chocolate fudge. Yeah.
That sounds yummy.
Yeah, look at Addison. She just passed out.
Are y'all keeping RV stocked with Swiss rolls?
We haven't had one Swiss roll this
I
trip.
decided to switch up I decided to switch up the the on the food snacks, and we brought some tasty cake butterscotch crimpets from Philadelphia. Come on.
Not as good as
How many gas stations have you
on.
been at? How many opportunities have there been?
We should think about how many Swiss rolls Addison had on her
If I could have had 4 cases, she would have killed them all.
Oh, absolutely.
No question.
I'd go into a stop, I'd see a Swiss roll. I'm like,
Wait, what is it? Wait, what's a Swiss roll?
oh, good Lord. She said it.
Woo!
Addison, she said it.
I don't know.
Sarah.
Wait, what?
Chocolate, like a swirled chocolate cake with vanilla inside the chocolate and then a chocolate coating over the outside.
Oh, you had me at chocolate. I thought you had to say.
I got to explain this.
I never heard of that before. I don't, is that what, is it?
Sorry, Addison, I mean, Sarah, you're breaking up, Sarah. Sorry, what?
All right, we block out the haters.
Swiss roll hater.
No, I love chocolate. I never heard of it.
No, I'm just kidding. No, they're really, really good. And actually, it's like not like something I see every day. And
Have you heard
Addison was having them, and I'm like, oh, I'm buying them.
Hold on. Let's do a
What?
quick exercise. You've heard of Twinkies, yes?
Oh,
Oh my God.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I'm messing.
What rock do you live underneath?
No,
Of?
I'm kidding. Yes, of course, I've heard of Twinkies.
That's what's going to outlive us all. And she doesn't know what a Twinkie is.
I love that scene in Ghostbusters where he's like, think of this Twinkie, but 40 feet wide. Anyway,
That's
okay.
the amount of negative.
The hostess cup, there's like is it the hostess cupcakes? And then you have the spin
Hold on.
ones.
Have you heard of Drake's fruit pies?
No.
Oh, there's even a jingle. Drake's fruit pies makes me want to cry. Come on, you gotta see that.
I'm not sure I want to hear it.
Okay, fine.
Swiss rolls are by Little Debbie.
Oh, okay.
Rolls and honey buns.
Mm.
Staple of RV tour #1.
Yeah. It's a good time too because we need to go shopping. So I think I'm gonna have to buy some Swiss rolls.
You know what? We should have a swag bag giveaway that is like a box of goodies. You know,
All the
essentials, RV essentials, channel strong.
RV Essentials swag bag.
Everybody gets to pack. When I'm on the tour, I'll pack whoever wins some Swiss rolls. Who is Taylor in the Cheetos?
Yeah, she had the flaming Cheetos. And
Wasn't
what
just the
else?
regular ones, had to be the hot one.
Wait, the hot ones with the lime, because that's the best.
Fire Cheetos. Fire Cheetos.
Coconut.
I don't know. All I know is I walk around with orange on my fingertips every time I have those things.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
You have to have the wet wipes or the hand sanitizer or the napkins nearby when you go into the
Anything you touch is gonna have orange. I feel like I'm heat miser. It's gonna start busting into the song.
Yeah. Wow, there's words. You know, we're already working on the future tour to our agenda. So we'll see how things work out on, what's on the bus and who's on the bus and what kind of bus we have.
Yeah, we have some options.
We're looking up in the world.
We're expanding our horizons.
Yes.
We all have the same one this time.
Yeah, same one that broke down and the trailer busted and the truck wasn't there. Well, the owner wasn't there.
And the cracked windshield.
Cracked windshield. We got scratches up and down. We went 7,000 miles without a hiccup. And this time it's like, every time I wake up and snore or I wake up and sneeze, this thing's busted.
Yeah, or no brake lights.
No brake lights, no turning signals.
Yeah.
The rear bearing smoked and went up, almost caught fire,
AC, is it working?
2 weeks.
What?
This all happened this go round?
Monday the bus didn't get to the event until 5 minutes until it was over. So almost the whole event was missed. But we had stuff in the U-Haul that we could set up because George and I drove the U-Haul down. So
the party was there.
No, I'll take it.
Oh, you're gonna take it over here. Oh, we're gonna take a delivery right here while we're live.
Thanks a lot, man.
Actually, we're gonna see the whole thing right here.
All right, let's see. What do we got?
What do we got?
If they're not watching the video, they're not gonna know it's here.
What's really great is if we had a delivery at the same time, right, Addison?
Right.
If they sent us pizza, that would have been really great.
Oh.
Come on, step it up. What's the next one?
Oh, George, I thought of you. I had ChickfilA this morning.
Bagel, ChickfilA chicken on bagel. Oh, here we go.
Let's see it.
Nice.
That pizza looks really good.
Yeah,
That
you're gonna
crust-
deliver to the live stage. Sorry, Studio One got a delivery.
There we
You're
go.
out.
Nice.
Sausage. So what did you get from Chick-fil-A?
So, okay, here's the thing. I ordered chicken minis. They gave me a chicken biscuit. Wasn't that
Oh.
You guys didn't ask.
what I asked for? But most importantly, I got my
Come say hi, Joel. Say hi. We got a rare appearance by Joel Z. Jay-Z.
Hi.
Actually, it's really Santa, but there you go.
So most importantly, I got my large Coke with extra ice. I don't know if you guys remember how much I like ice specifically.
Extra ice?
No, but she likes the right ice, right?
The right ice. That's right.
There's a difference between crappy ice and good ice.
What's
Yeah.
crappy
Small
ice?
Small ice, not the big giant chunks of ice.
Donald,
Canes has the best ice.
Sonic,
Sonic.
I think is number one. Chick-fil-A, Cane's, top three.
Chick-fil-A blows everybody else they just said out of the water.
Oh, just making sure you're gonna finish that
Yeah,
sentence.
out of the water. Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, next time you order Chick-fil-A breakfast, you got to get the chicken, cheese, and bacon on a bagel.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the order right there.
No one's
I like
forgetting
the
the bagel.
spicy chicken biscuit.
The bagel.
The bagel. And make sure you order waters for everybody.
Waters.
Everybody's gotta have water.
waters. Hey, listen. Enough with this biscuit stuff. Who orders shit on biscuits?
That's just it's a southern thing.
No
Slade, when
biscuits.
Slade
Nah.
on breakfast, he's like, we'll stop somewhere for biscuits. And, Mr. Angry over here has to have a
The
comment.
biscuit is like it falls all over you. You gotta go
I
like
get it.
this.
It's just a reference to breakfast.
That's
No,
all. No
What
biscuit.
biscuits are you eating? My biscuit doesn't fall apart.
It's because you're probably not driving. You're probably at a table. You probably have all the accoutrement available, right? And it's all good. Everybody else has to, be mobile here.
Right.
The
George,
biscuits
you gotta remember, George is trying to look at his phone, drive, and then put this biscuit and do his mouth on his elbow. So, the biscuits, he's trying, and then I'm like, hey, George, we're in another lane. I'm getting there. Come on. You know it's true.
Hey man, I got the U-Haul there intact.
You did. And I almost made it there without changing my underwear.
Yeah, it's good. Hey man,
So when they gave me the chicken minis instead of the chicken biscuit instead of the chicken minis, I should have name dropped you, George. I should have said, "Hey, I know George Bardisi."
Apparently they don't care because his complaint for the last stop still hasn't got answered.
No.
You can have 850,000 points and own stock in Chick-fil-A and still not get an answer.
You're gonna have to go on
I'm
that.
not happy. I'm gonna have to start sending letters now. We did drive by Chick-fil-A headquarters. We just didn't stop.
Right.
Next time we'll have to do something different about that.
They probably felt your presence. They were like,
I
That's
mean,
okay. They still,
I'm a loyal Red Rewards member.
well, they still haven't addressed my complaint. And
Which one was that?
so I go to Shreveport, Louisiana, and I can't wait because Chick-fil-A opens at 6 a.m. and I'm like, man, I'm gonna get breakfast. And I wait in line like everyone else. And finally I get up there. It's my turn. I'm so excited. And I said, spicy biscuit with a Coke, please. And they were like, we don't have spicy biscuits here. And I'm like, what?
We don't have spicy biscuits either. What are you talking about?
Because if you go on Chick-fil-A's website, they tell you there's like only 20 stores in the entire country.
What about your store that you don't, and it had something to do with biscuits? That is awesome.
Well, number one,
No,
putting
here it comes.
spicy chicken on a biscuit is a complete disaster.
No,
Listen,
it's not.
not
It's
all
just
biscuits.
phenomenal. What are you talking about?
I'm telling you, that's not right. I'm gonna actually put that as a violation.
But it's
No,
true.
man, this is
I'm gonna have to do something
amazing.
about that. We have to act.
Amazing. It's amazing.
It's gonna
I did
say-
a whole Twitter rant on it. I was very upset.
And did they respond?
I don't recall, but
They not respond.
but what doesn't make sense is that the Chick-fil-A's that are under I-10, which means South Louisiana, have spicy chicken biscuits. Anything north of I-10, they don't. And I'm like, what's that about? I don't
It's
understand.
the only stores in America for this particular chain, one of my faves, that sells this is in Louisiana.
They're the only ones that can handle the spicy biscuit.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, it was an interesting hour. We miss you on the tour. We surely would love to have you back. I know obviously there's a lot of decision makers in the middle of all of that, but just doesn't mean we can't ask.
We'll ask.
But we really, we will do another one. There are future tours coming, I think, and we're definitely interested in keeping the networking going.
Yep.
Right. I mean, it's all about just keeping the communication going. What was your description of this whole thing? We take the
We're
best
taking
thing.
the best part of the events that we can't do and bringing them directly to the partners.
Amazing.
Say it any better. There it is. For anyone that doesn't know who or what Liongard is, I would suggest you check them out online. I think they just redid their website, liongard.com. Check out how they're revolutionizing your world if you're in IT services or managed services. For everyone else, keep online checking us out.
Roll back 1 second, roll back. Also, check out both of these fine people on LinkedIn. I
Right.
suggest you connect with these folks. They're both super smart
They're
people.
they're very picky on who they accept.
I'm gonna be honest, they really, I mean, they accepted me.
Yeah, but you were eating Swiss rolls.
Oh,
For everyone else, check out Channel Strong Tour at mspinitiative.com/Channel Strong Tour 2.0, and you'll follow all our stuff on social. Otherwise, we will bring more online live chatter and banter to you every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1 o'clock Eastern time. Wherever we're at on the road, you will see us in a nice little tent, maybe. Yeah. All right.
no rain here.
Okay. Thanks for joining us,
I
guys.
jinxed it. Sorry.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Stay safe, stay in touch, and we will catch up with you a bit later.
Bye, guys.
Guys. Be safe.
See ya.
He's got to run over there.
I gotta run over.
I'll
Click.
keep him entertained.
Already.